Breaking news. Moza have just released a new direct drive wheelbase, and that's not really breaking news because they seem to release one every day, but the real breaking news is that they are now compatible with Xbox. Now the question really is the R3 actually any good? Now they've obviously squarely gone for the entry-level stuff like this Logitech wheel and to people who are still using controllers. So in this video, we're gonna go over the R3 and look at what Xbox compatibility actually means. Now I see a few of you scratching your head as to the importance of direct drive. So first, a history lesson. Gear-driven wheels like your old Logitechs are noisy, crumbly, and the force feedback, while being okay, isn't that great. The belt-driven wheels, while being a little bit better, are still old technology, and again, you get more noise and more grain than you really need. Now we get to direct drive, which in recent times has become more popular and cheaper for everyone, and it's good because it's quiet. It uses electromagnets to drive the wheel, giving you a seamless, silent, and powerful experience. Now for first impressions of this Moza R3, as with any Moza product, they're finished in aircraft grade aluminium, which makes them light and strong. It's literally so light you can throw it up in the air, which I wouldn't recommend.
And that's not the only thing I wouldn't recommend.
It's also got the perfect Moza quick release, which makes putting wheels on and off really, really easy. At the back, you've got your usual Moza inputs for your pedals, your shifter, your handbrake. It's finished in an X, just in case you forgot that this was Xbox compatible.
And that shape is very deceiving because it isn't actually the wheelbase that is Xbox compatible, it's the wheel, meaning that you can actually use the ES wheel with any of your other existing Moza wheelbases and they'll work on Xbox. The wheel rim is finished in a plastic that feels comfortable but hard, and the buttons give you a very soft tactile feedback when you press them.
The paddles are a little bit clicky and a little bit annoying, but at this price point, I think that's something that we can live with. The Moza R3 also comes with this nifty set of aluminium pedals. They are Hall effect sensors, meaning that when you press this down, the amount of braking you get is dependent on the distance the pedal travels rather than the amount of braking force you put them through. The Moza R3 comes with a desk mount, which is actually really easy to use. A couple of screws in the bottom and you twist it and it's done. Alternatively, if you've got a rear, you can mount it using the 4 screw holes on the bottom and it works really well. Now the Moza R3 bundle costs $400 US. This is not that much more expensive than the entry-level Logitech.
And it costs the same as the Fanatec CSL DD bundle.
Now a direct drive wheel is only as good as the software that supports it. Now Moza Pit House software, when using it on the computer, is pretty good. And if you're using it on console, they've got a nifty app that you can use on your iPhone or Android. And so far the app has worked perfectly for me. Now let's go for a drive.
Okay, let's go. Let's put the R3 through its paces, driving the W12 Mercedes around Spa in F1 2021. And it's lights out and away we go. So the first thing you notice as you get to turn 1 is that the R3 weights up really nicely, giving you the essential feedback you need to make that corner safely. Now as we go down Eau Rouge, you're going to start to build up speed and the wheels start to get a bit heavier, as you'd expect in F1 2021. Not that realistic, but over the curves we go, and that jolts the wheel, telling you you've just hit a curb, which is essential information. So the basic stuff is there. You can feel the oversteer and the understeer effects in this game, and you can feel the different road textures. So the tarmac feels different from the grass that we almost hit just there. Now 3.9 Newton meters of torque may not sound like a lot, which is what this wheel has, but actually when it's this smooth and this reactive, it actually is decent enough power. And speaking of power, we've just made a move past Carlos Sainz into the turn. Do we stick it? Excellent, we go round. Now as you can see, the rev meter is not working. It only works when using it on PC. It just flashes when you're using it on the Xbox. Now let's talk about the pedals. The pedals in this system are the SRP lights, and light is a good word for it because when you press the brake pedal, it feels like there is literally no resistance, which in my opinion means that if you want to buy this bundle, you need to buy the brake performance kit, which has a little bit of cost but a lot of feel to the brake pedal. It really should be standard. Now using it in F1 21 may seem like a weird choice, but it's actually ultimately a game that a lot of people play and enjoy, myself included. Now the only issue I had with setting it up with this game was that the in-game wheel rotation didn't often match the wheel rotation in my hands. I worked it out eventually by setting the in-game rotation as the 360 that's default and the one in the Moza app as 2000 degrees. Now as we come to the penultimate corners and we're closing in on Bottas, the wheel size being quite small at 280 millimeters is actually perfect for the F1 style of things, but may be a bit difficult when it comes to other forms of racing. Now when comparing the R3 with my Logitech, it is literally incomparable. The smoothness, the crisp force feedback and the power are so much better on the R3 than the Logitech. So from an entry level point of view, there is no contest. Now going down towards Eau Rouge again, I have the sneaking suspicion Bottas is going to try a move, and no one tries a move down Eau Rouge.
Are you okay?
No, I'm not okay. Now, I tried using the R3 on a range of different games, including the original Assetto Corsa for console, and the answer was the same. It was pretty good, but never as good as it would be on the computer. The force feedback information you get just isn't as great. Now, I also used it on Forza Horizons, for example, and that was totally fine. Now, a lot of you are going to be thinking, what is this like compared to the Fanatec CSL-DD? Well, I think, in my opinion, the force feedback is quite similar, but the lack of a solid quick release on the CSL-DD let that one down.
And thus we've come to the end of the journey with the question, who is the Moza R3 really for? Now, if you've already got a direct drive wheelbase, this ain't for you, but if you are using a Logitech, a really entry-level weak gear wheelbase, I think that this is a great step up. If you're someone who's looking to start sim racing and not wanting to spend loads of money, I think this is awesome because there is an ecosystem there that is ever expanding. I think that this is an awesome little thing because of how portable it is. I can chuck it in my suitcase just like that and take it away. Till next time, guys, see you later.